Great morning, Chit Chat Kit Kats. Oh my goodness, having my coffee this morning and it's good. I just got something. I've only had it a few days now, but it's what's it called? Purified. It puts magnetic in the water. It spins first with magnetic thing, and then it puts in the hydrogen and stuff. And I have to say, I'm really happy with it. I've used it in my coffee, the water from that, and my coffee just tastes cleaner. And I'm actually able to drink water. Yeah, I've tried drinking water, bottled water, all kind of water, and I just get nauseous. I can't drink it. But the new thing that I got, I'm actually able to drink the water, and it tastes, it tastes good. So I did go online and order. They have this flask that you can take with you, for on the go, so you can hydrogenate your water. Now we're going to wait and see how this plays out. But so far, I have to say I'm impressed with it. Now something else I changed. I'm back again, once more, trying to go back to carnivore, full carnivore, because, it's the only thing that works for me with really, taking my A1C down, okay? So doing the pendulum, it was saying the metformin is not good for me. So again, I'm, going back to carnivore. And I did well yesterday. I don't know if I could do the OMAD, the 1 meal a day, because I don't eat a lot at one time. But, we'll see how things go. Now, some other things I've just started taking. I'm taking these organic blueberry things, because I can't have the natural blueberries because of the skins. If you have an ostomy, anything with a skin, it just comes out like a hard pebble. I had blueberries and I was thinking, oh, these are going to be great for me, right? But then I'm finding all these little, really hard, stone things in my bag, and I'm going, what is it? It's blueberry skins. They don't break down. Okay? They don't break down. So I'm taking the blueberry supplement. Another thing I just started, and we'll see how it goes, is this bioidentical T2, because I've had a total thyroidectomy. I'm on T4, T3, and I just found out about the T2, so I just started taking that. We'll see how it goes. And the other thing I'm taking is the bromelain, which is a vitamin D, and it also is good for digestion and stuff. Now, this one, when I'm taking it, you can actually taste that pineapple, okay? So I know that it's a real deal. It does taste like the pineapple, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm trying to navigate through this to find out what's going to work for me. Now, everyone's different, what works for them, what doesn't work for them. But one thing I found out recently, too, they said that bread really spikes your insulin really quickly. So, again, I know that carb things really spike my sugar. So, I threw all that stuff away yesterday, had to get rid of it because can't have it. Now, I did find also something that I can have which Ronald, when he was here, he got me a hot dog from the Sam's Club thing. And I was actually able to eat it without a problem. Now, usually I get a craving for hot dog or something, and then I eat about half of it and I'm feeling sick. I can't, it's kind of like some kind of a cloying sweetness type thing, and I just can't finish them. But this one was really good, and then I found out it's like the Hebrew National 100% beef. So I did get another brand as well, the Nathan's. There's a new one out that's all grass-fed and everything, so I'm going to try that as well and see how it works for me, So, I keep getting contacted by some of these things that want me to hawk their products, which I tell them, look, I'm not going to break in the middle of my stuff and hawk your product. No, I don't care. I don't want your money. If I find something that works for me and I like it, I'll pass it on to my subscribers, and just let them know, for me, this is working. I don't know if it's going to work for somebody else, but I'm not getting a kickback on any of the products I'm talking about. I don't have them listed there, and if you click the link, I'm going to get a kickback on it. Nothing. I get bubkiss, okay? I get 0. Anyway, but this one, the Purify thing that I got, I have to say, so far I'm impressed with it. And I guess there's supposed to be a lot of really good benefits with the hydrogen things when you hydrogenate. But, I say definitely check out the things, because some of them are making big claims about the hydrogenation and it's bogus. So, if you're going to think about maybe doing some of the hydrogenated stuff, go through and watch some videos of where they're actually testing them out. Now, the one I got, that Purify what's it called? Hydrogen something. It's got good ratings on it. And I did just order their flask, which does really well and it's not cheap. Okay, the flask cost me like $200, okay? So it's not cheap, but well worth it if it actually does improve, where I can drink water without feeling sick. And like I said, I've tried all sorts of brands, and I take a couple sips and I start feeling nauseous. I just can't do them. But with this one, I'm not having a problem. I can actually sit there and drink a glass of water. Amazing, isn't it? I know people are thinking, what? You do? But really, I've never been able to drink a glass of water without feeling really nauseous. Okay? But I have used it now. I've used it, made my coffee with it, whether I'm doing hot coffee or cold coffee. It's working really well. Like I said, it makes it, I've noticed with my coffee, it tastes cleaner. I don't know how to, that's just my perception. And then I used it with the soda maker thing. I'd hydrogenate the water and then make put it in the little thing that puts the other stuff in it to make it like a soda, okay? And then I will sweeten it with a little bit, a teaspoon, not, 2 great big tablespoons of stuff, a teaspoon of the monk fruit. I have monk fruit ones that I use to sweeten it, or in my coffee I use stevia. Okay, so I finally found some stevia that's fine. It doesn't give me that horrible aftertaste, So I am working on my health stuff. That's what this is about. Okay, working on my health things. But yeah, I was happy to find that the hot dog thing that I can actually eat, the 100% beef. Okay, it's got to be the 100% beef. The other ones I get sick on. I can't eat them. So those are so quick, to make. Very fast, steam it or something, and yeah, very quick and easy. And then I do my hard-boiled eggs. I found that I was starting to get nauseous if I tried to eat eggs that are, cooked in oil and stuff. I have a difficult time with it. So what I've been doing with it instead is I take the eggs, I hard-boil them, and I'll cut them in half. Now, I like to use a little bit of the ketchup, but I get the one that's got no sugar in it, no added sugar, no sugar. So that, I think it's Heinz that makes that, has no sugar. I'll add just a little bit of ketchup to it, and then I'll put a pat of butter on it and have it. So I am working to get more oil in, more butter, and looking to make sure. Oh, the other thing I just found out, trying to find real butter. When you go to the store, the way to find the real butter, and I did find a couple. I found one that Walmart carries that's real butter, but they'll say it's grass-fed, but if you look at the ingredients, it'll say natural flavoring in it. It's not real butter, okay? So you want to find it with just cream in it, and if it's salted, then cream and salt, and that's it. Okay, that's it. Nothing else in it. I was shocked when I went to the grocery store and was looking at the butters. Ones that I've been buying that I thought were all natural butter. No, they're not. So I did find one. There was one brand at Albertsons that I found, and there was one brand at Walmart that I found. And then there are some you can get, of course, at Sprouts. Sprouts does carry a few different ones that are good, okay? But again, I mean, you got to really look at the ingredients. You think it's grass-fed butter, it says it's grass-fed. But they're not full butter, regular just butter. Again, I was shocked. And so I've been, watching some of these videos about which brands are good and which ones are not after they've done all of these tests with them, etc. So yeah, that's what I've been up with health-wise stuff. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if I'm able to stick to the carnivore this time because, like I said, for me, it's the only thing that works. Especially if you have an ostomy, meat fully breaks down. You don't have any problem. Now you get these videos that say, oh, meat doesn't digest, this and that, which is bogus. If you have an ostomy, you know what digests and what doesn't, okay? You absolutely, know. Things like you eat corn and it comes out undigested corn or, anything, you have to be really careful. Now, this is the mind bender. We've been sold a load of goods for so long, opposite of what we're supposed to be eating. Okay? They're telling you need to eat a lot of fiber. That's great for you. But you get an ostomy and you find out it's the exact opposite of that. And you know why? When I got my ostomy, I had started eating some raw stuff, putting it in. And next thing you know, I need an ostomy. Yeah. So again, we're being fed a load of goods when it comes to some of the dietary stuff. Okay? So it really just takes doing a lot of research. Now again, don't come at me and say, well, I'm a vegetarian, I'm doing great, I'm a vegan, I'm doing great. Great, I'm happy for you. If it works for you, that's fine. But I'm seeing continually, what was it, one video I just watched, 28 people that were vegetarian vegans are again now not. And I keep saying day after day after day, oh, I was a vegetarian or I was a vegan for so many years, and now they're not, okay? You may be fine for quite a few years, and then all of a sudden your body starts getting depleted. Now, if you're somebody that can digest the vegetarian stuff, the raw stuff, good for you. But a lot of us cannot. And so, we have to go with what works for our bodies, okay? So don't come at me and say, well, I'm a vegetarian, I'm a vegan, I'm doing great. It's been the best thing I've ever had. Well, it might be for a number of years. And I've seen a few that have been vegans and vegetarians for quite a long time. I mean, like one person I saw, he was like, I think 60 years or something like that, and he's been okay. But I see so many more that are saying, yeah, no, it was great for the first few years, and then things started declining, and so they wound up again going back to meat, incorporating meat in their diet and stuff. But anyway, each to their own with that. But people, again, think that, oh, if you eat meat, you're lower consciousness, that's so bogus, because plants have consciousness. Yeah. They put out oxalates to try to protect themselves. Okay? They scream. They may not have mouths, you may not hear it, but yeah, they react. They react when they're coming to get cut, they react. So this idea that it's so much more spiritual, etc., then they haven't had the reality check of what happens when everything dismantles and what is thrown into the divine is. And you see absolutely 100% everything is conscious. Even rocks, mountains. How do you think you can go out and relate to plants, to trees, to get this knowledge from them? Because they're conscious. My first opening on a spiritual path was relating to trees. Okay? Yeah. Because why? They have consciousness. 100%. So yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm working on things here, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, if I find something that works, I'll pass it along. Now, like I said, I don't get any remuneration for anything I talk about. I don't have you click a link and then I get a kickback. Nothing like that. I just find something that looks to be working and I'll pass it along, So that's where that's at. But I have to say, the hydrogenated water, I'm only a few days in, but I can definitely feel that there is a difference with it. Because like I said, I've always been really sensitive. Bottled water doesn't matter. Filtered, I've had other filtered water here that I've done. Can't drink it. Can't drink it. Okay? Few sips and that's it, I'm done. Just So that's just me. Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody else that has that problem, that gets really nauseous trying to drink any water. I see people drinking just tons of water. And I'm like, how can you do that? So I've never been able to. But yeah, this hydrogenated and magnetic thing seems to be working. Yeah, so I'm going to continue with it, and we'll see. It's supposed to really have a lot of health benefits. So, you know, like I said, I'm just starting with it, and I'm going to see how it plays out. So anyway, on that note, I will leave that here, and I will see you this afternoon on Hogarth's. Today it's the usual team, myself, Lena, Sheila, Hogarth. And then next week I am off. And so next week on when it would be Hogarth time, thank goodness I'm off next week because I'm going to LA. I bought a ticket to go see this conference thing, which I'm excited to go and listen to. Daryl Anka will be there speaking. I don't think he's going to be channeling Bashar. I think he's just going to be talking. But I'm excited to go to that. And be there for that evening. So, yeah, looking excited to go there. Me, and you know who else is going. Yes, I see you, little Lily. They'll be, you know, they'll be staying in the Cosmic Gypsy, and of course they'll be on having the engine running all the time for climate control for them, so they will be quite comfortable. Yeah, they'll be quite comfortable. See, Mama keeps us comfortable. We have our own, we like the Cosmic Gypsy. Yeah, we like to go. That's our second home. That's our little rolling home. We like it a lot. Yeah, Miss Lily. Okay. So anyway, I'll take these two out in a little while for you know what, you know where. See, you know, we have to give us the you know what, the you know where. Yeah, it's important. It's important. We're not going to let Mama pass one day without taking us. That's just the rule of the house. Rule of the house, every day they have to go get the magic Milky Bone at the drive-through. Doesn't work when I give one here. They have to go through the drive-through to get the special milk bone. Yeah, anyway. And then I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.